Good evening, everyone.
Hello.
I am Jad. How are you? What is it today? Wednesday. How did your work experience go? I can't think of the name of it then. It's all right. Camera's a bit skewy. So, hope you enjoyed it. So, Chris has been. Oh, that's the thing. Went down to Grave Park and he took some pictures of wallabies. And when he told me, I went, pardon? He says, wallabies. I says, what, down at Graves Park? He says, yeah. And he sent me pictures, and they were wallabies. Hi, Lee. So yeah, if you don't know, wallabies is tiny kangaroos. Well, when I say tiny,
Did I send you a picture?
yeah. The miniature kangaroos.
Oh.
So yeah, I thought I'd misheard him when he says, I took some pictures of some wallabies. Hi, Gordo. Down at local park.
They were in actual Graves Farm, animal farm, but on fences.
That makes sense then. So yeah, they unlock tiny little like kangaroos.
Unless there were four of them, I'm going to shit at the same time. No.
Oh dear. A little lamb look. Oh dear. Oh, that made me laugh, that did, Gordo. Yeah. Got quite a few old Rob in there.
No, Rob.
Yeah.
Where Batman is.
I particularly like this one. If you look, it's close up, but it's got all stuff in its beak. You know, taking back.
Oh, that close-up one.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant.
Like all bits in its beak, taking it back to. Yeah. Oh, Chris, this next one, Chris knows I like horses. And this one's absolutely beautiful.
Been after him for bloody ages.
Yeah. Absolutely gorgeous, that one.
Which one?
That looks like a Shire horse.
Beauty.
Now this one I had to do a double take because I thought it were a horse, but it isn't, it's a donkey. You know, it being like a black and white, well, predominantly white. I thought it were at first it were a horse, and then I looked and I thought, no, it's a bloody donkey. Not very often you see a donkey with them colourings or markings. So yeah, I had to do a double take when he sent them me, because at first I thought it was. And at Forest as well. Oh dear. Stop it, you're making me cough. But
yeah, but there are Premier League donkeys, aren't there? We're posh donkeys, we are, mate.
I've started something now already. Bloody weird colouring donkey. I tell you, I've never ever seen a donkey with them kind of markings.
Yeah, it looks nice, doesn't it?
Yeah. I had to do a double take because when you sent me the photographs, I thought it were another horse. So yeah, I looked a bit close and I thought, no, that's a donkey.
Donkey. Donkey. Potty.
Pools played tonight, aren't they? Hi, partners. So, who's Liverpool playing?
Fulham.
Oh, that's
I'm
Liverpool.
watching Man City West Ham.
That's Liverpool won then. Hiya,
Hello,
Brett. How are you?
Is that Brett?
Brett Glasgow. So yeah.
Nobody picks it.
It's always called it. It's term of endearment, dear. Hiya, Dr. Smith. And I know you love him, really, Dr. Smith. Ooh. I love roses, me, Gordo.
Crypto.
Hi, Crypto. I have had a message from Tim. He says he's going to be slightly late because he's building some...
Dinky Do's going to have to hang on a little bit longer.
He's building some bunk beds for a client of his. I mean, I don't know whether that's code or not. You know, I've heard it called a lot of things, but building bunk beds is a new one on me. So, but yeah. Hi, Tracy. How you feeling today, hon? Oh, I tell you something, Tracy. Get them cosmic blondies made pronto. Oh, thank you, Brett. Absolutely. This, yeah, not of this cosmos. You know what I mean? So, absolutely gorgeous.
Bunny, fluffy bunk. I'm a bunk of bunnies. He spelled sage. More similar.
Absolutely gorgeous, Tracy. And if you're a fan of white chocolate, then it's like a double whammy.
Oh yeah, so nice.
Yeah. You see, Chris is a big fan of white chocolate, so yeah, he were in his element when he, you know. Bria?
That Robin Bobby's got 52 likes on.
Crypto's put hi, Bria. Oh, yeah. Crypto said hello before she'd arrived. Hi, Crypto. Bria. Hi, you nose, bro.
Hello, bro.
Cronenberg, pinkish and yellow. Bright or oh. Send me a bunch when they come through, Gordo. I absolutely love roses.
Kathy.
So yeah. Hi, Kathy. How are you? Yeah, your nose, bro. Get them cosmic brownies made. Blondies, absolutely gorgeous. And if you're a lover of white chocolate, then yeah, all the more, you know, reason to make them because they're absolutely gorgeous. Oh, I've got to fight Mrs. G for them, have I? And anybody knows that I love. They're my favourite flowers. So yeah, it don't matter what, you know what I mean. I don't care what colour they are. I just love roses. Slipped in without noticing, then I'm a ninja. Bang crash. Okay, baby. Dot. Yeah, if you're a fan of white chocolate, you know, bro, absolutely outstanding. Very few ingredients as well. Yeah, Chris were in his element last night because he'd not got very many pots to wash. Yeah, is it cold? You know, he's fixing some bunk beds for a client. Bless him.
Quite a few roses bushes now, and we've got.
But yeah, but I must say, when you said purple, oh, I'd love. I've never actually seen a purple rose. I've seen every other colour, You know what I mean? Orange and yellow and. But
we've got
yeah.
people outside, haven't we?
Well, yeah.
1 or 2 a year, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got sort of like a small rose bush out front, but when it blooms, it only produces a couple of roses, and that's it. But yeah, just wait till it comes. Hiya, Johnny. How are you? Just wait till it comes in. You know, the old leg pull is coming into. Yeah. But you see, this is the thing, Crypto. I've not seen. Well, I've seen them in pictures, purple roses, but I've never ever seen. You know, and I'd love to. Yeah. But me, I mean, I like any roses. Yeah, he actually got his arse off into gear. Ooh. Rosebro says we got a prize winner rose in front garden, 30-year-old. Ooh.
Where down with our pigs with it?
But yeah, you know, I'm you know, it's like this. I think every woman's got their favourite flower, and yeah. Oh, bless your Crypto. No, Crypto says, still waiting to get my purple roses. Well, if you talk to Gordo nicely, he might send you some when they grow. Oh dear. But yeah, it's one thing that, you know. Bless you, Bria. But you see, normally I you know, like when it's Mother's Day or it's my birthday or anything, I'll tell Chris not to buy them me, because you know it's yeah, I don't think they're worth the money. But when we went to visit You Knows Bro, Connor presented me with a bunch of flowers. They're still going, actually. You Knows Bro. Still going strong. Well, I won't say going strong, but yeah, they sort of starting to, you know.
Not a tuner.
I'm not a tuner.
Hello.
Hello. Oh. But this is the thing, Brit. I mean, both me and Chris, we both suffer from hay fever. But flowers, it's not the flowers, it's the tree pollen and the grass pollen that does me and Chris.
Just got out of the bath.
Oh, how's your foot now?
Oh, a lot better.
Good.
I've been wearing boots, so they've been supporting my ankle a bit. So.
Oh. How's Tracy?
Swollen,
bless, I know.
Swollen and clunky.
Oh dear.
She's in hospital like morning anyway, so.
Yeah, I honestly, when I went to You Knows Bros, Littleton bought me some flowers. I were about in tears. Me, you know what I'm like. I'm a, yeah.
Jeanette. That's why she gets upset. No, you got a good heart, and it's a gentle heart, and that's why, you know, when
that's
people
it.
Pace, it upsets you.
I mean, I seen something on Facebook the other day, and it says, "I cry when I'm upset. I cry when I'm angry. I cry when I'm emotional." And I thought, well, that's me rolled into one. You know what I mean? I cry. You know, when I'm mad, I cry. When I'm upset, I cry. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's not so much magic. It's very rarely we have any flowers. But Yeah, it's
I've
you see, we surrounded by trees and like grass, and they're mowing grass all the time. And
got some what do they call them? Chrysanthemums.
What's some more seeds, you mean?
Yeah, I planted loads of flower seeds as well. They're all in them basket things.
Yeah.
It has progressed very well today.
What, the building?
Yeah. Would you like to see?
I just got it. Yeah, come on, hit me with it.
Ready?
Ooh. Ooh.
I'll even put a little triangle on the top. Look.
Oh, very push.
That is rock solid and all.
It's something she's going to be proud of, I tell you.
That building has got instant air conditioning.
It's 7 foot.
Yeah.
The height, the highest ceiling height is 7'11".
Great job there.
Yeah, it's looking good.
Oh, Jeanette.
What?
You know how I said I wasn't going back for any more wood? I'm picking up the rest on Friday.
Oh dear.
Because now I built the back, I want two lots of bits.
They're a nice colour, Gordo.
I've got some roses in my front garden. They do.
That is a nice colour.
They're like a pale yellow rose that I get on mine. It's only a little one.
Waltz time, it says.
It used to overrun that little bit where Tracy's mum's stuff is and that.
Yeah.
It used to overrun that bit, so I used to hack it right back. But
that's the pinky. Is it pinky yellow?
Yeah. A little bit.
Partner says it. Oh, I like them orange ones. Joro.
Cheers, Dr. Smith. Yeah, it's coming along nicely.
Hey, wait.
Sorry.
Gary! Right, carry on.
So, yeah.
Mine's way better than yours now. Not doing it.
All them are nice, Gordo. Hiya, Gary.
That's all glued and screwed together, and I've even put L-shaped brackets on all that bit as well. And every time I put a new bit up, I stained it. So, as it went up, it all matched.
But you see, the thing is, Partner, when he says it must have been too good to... He got offered it other day, and he says, no, I think I've got enough. Hi, Brissy.
I want to put another 2 trusses in between those two. You know what I mean? And that way it'll be mega strong, the roof then.
But yeah, it's coming on very nicely.
Yeah, done a bang job there, Johnny.
Even down to little triangle on end.
I know.
And I sanded that smooth. It's all smooth right edges on there. I've got a tabletop grinder thing. I just ran it through that, smoothing all edges off, and then.
Ooh.
And every ridge point is 65 inches on each corner, so it's bang on. Boom. I've got all the proper spirit levels, and I've got a big ruler that you pull out like that, like a scissors.
Oh yeah.
It's got a gauge on it, so you just put it up against what you want, and then set it to what the level is, and then you can set the right angle that way around.
Why do you need a garage? We ain't got nowhere to put a garage.
We'll find something. We'll park one. We'll put it there where he parks his car all the time.
Oh God.
So he can have a little scooter on it.
I can't be balancing a garage on one of your ledges, Chris.
Can't be balancing a garage on one of your ledges. But yeah.
Space to plonk that little shed there, didn't you?
Well, you see, we bought it from B&Q, I think it were. Is that? Yeah, it's B&Q across from Screwfix Out Road. So we went intentions of just buying a shed. So we goes down, and it weren't all that much more, you know.
Lasagna.
It yeah, they'll come and build it for you. Ooh, eggplant lasagna. Anyway, so Chris says, well, he says it means I've got to go all the way round back with all wood. Then I've got to build it. He says, well, why build it yourself when you can pay somebody to build it for you? So basically, what we did when we knew what date they were coming, when I knew what date they were coming, we had like a landscaper come in, and he put like a base, you know, paving slabs and everything down for us. So they sort of like got, you know, they got it up in about, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, Johnny.
Yeah.
Boom, bang, bada bosh.
That big one, when that got built, I had to go to timber yard and buy a better central beam, so it was crap.
But I mean, our shed ain't all that massive, but yeah, we know.
16 by 8 out there, that big one.
Same as Chris said, if I'd have put it up, you know, 10 weeks later, and they'd probably still, you know, and then he'd have a piece, and he'd say, well, where does this go? But anyway,
that built you a chest of drawers.
But eggplant lasagna is Masaka. Oh, pardon me. But anyway, same as I say, when we sort of picked the shed that we wanted, it weren't going to cost all that much extra for them to come out and build it. So basically,
while I'm waiting for that wood on Friday, tomorrow I'm going to build that one side up the right. I mean, if you're looking at it that way,
yeah.
Left-hand side. I'm going to build
yeah.
Put it all in and then put that window back in. That's my challenge tomorrow, to have the window in and that side little front bit cladded.
Hi Jay, how are you?
Hello,
but yeah,
That's
I mean, can you imagine Chris trying to put a shed up?
Can't put a shelf up, let alone a shed.
But yeah,
I don't get how people can't build stuff.
see, I says to Chris, you imagine the amount of sheds that they sell, and people have done exactly the same thing and says, well, yeah, get on with it, you build it. I bet they could do it with the eyes closed.
Well, I went for the rectangle because it was easy to fit in that hexagon thing.
What?
Imagine how many.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah, welcome back, Jay. But
yeah, I've measured it. It says it's actually 12'6" by nearly 8.
You bought another car, partner?
No, I've not bought another car. It's going to make its debut on the channel at some point in the future. I've been asked to fix this one. I've come across
Just
a
a minute, you walk around the place that sells sheds, look at the actual poor quality and how thin the bloody wood is. And you're talking £200, £300, £400 plus just for a normal size shed.
But this is another thing as well, Johnny. The window in the shed, it's only that shitty plastic stuff.
Perspex.
So far, it's cost me on this project spent about 30 quid in screws.
What then? You can hang your on in next doors.
Less than 100 so far. Did you see it, partner? Did you see it when you...
I saw a glimpse. I caught a glimpse of it. Oh, looking good.
It is.
So that left-hand side tomorrow is going to have a window in it. That's my challenge for tomorrow. Well, I've got to get Tracy to hospital first.
Dr. Smith says when that wind got up last year in England, I watched bunches of sheds flying off.
That will not move. I can assure you.
Well, mine definitely won't move because I've got pretty loads of.
No, I can tell you it won't move. That back post, at the back, that one right at the back against the fence.
In the middle.
There's a concrete post behind that, and I've raw bolted it straight to concrete post.
I won't be going anywhere.
You know the old council ones that they used to put the railing through, the crisscross fencing. It's them. It's one of them. Well, I cut the bolts off, not the bolt out the other side, put a massive long bolt through it, and then bolted it back together.
Gordo says, you mean you didn't beg, steal or borrow the screws, Johnny? You're slacking there, mate.
I paid a fortune for mine.
Oh, you weren't in last night. Tracy was showing us size the nails, and I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding you, Gordo. See the size of that pen? They were bigger than that.
I've used some.
Yeah, you can see that pen. They were bigger than that, and they were nails. And I says, "Will you be able to put one through thing, and somebody next door can hang the rat on it?"
See them like shiny bits? They're the massive nails. They are literally like that. 150 millimeters. I measured them wrong.
I screw them in by hand. I didn't do all them by hand.
Everything's pre-drilled, glued, screwed all down, and then nailed. That ain't going anywhere. It's Gorilla Glue as well.
Gary says the Romos drive around in those sort of cars where I live.
It's just a French MPV. It's a lot similar to me. In a lot of ways, it's similar to my Citroen, mechanically.
I'm still going to have enough posts to redo all my garden fences as well.
Yeah, the job I've been asked to do is to replace halt pads and discs on it. But unfortunately, I've come across a slight problem, which means more parts need replacing. Got a seized caliper, a seized rear caliper.
Really? Can you feel it when you're driving, or not?
Well, at the moment I can't drive it, but I can hear it grind. I could hear it grinding because caliper had seized. The piston seized solid, and it was just clamping brakes on it, worn it right down.
Have you ever cut? This is to a Kia Stonic. Have you ever heard of that?
Sounds like a car.
It is a car.
No, I've heard of Picanto.
Because because I'm part of mobility scheme.
Yeah.
I got an email, and it says it's an SUV.
Oh, is it a soft roader?
It says
Like
has generous seating for 5 and a 352-litre boot. This is bigger than many family hatchbacks. It's 1 litre turbo engine, produces 99 brake horsepower and has great pulling power.
Barely puts enough for rice pudding.
Jesus, 1 litre.
Yeah, 1 litre turbo engine.
It sounds like those Ford ones, the Eco Booms.
Mm.
Yeah, they've 1 litre. They've put 1 litre Eco Boom in the Mondeo or something.
It's got all sorts. Chris looked into it online.
Yeah, Chris, you go for a drive, you'd have to show me the way around Marilla.
Yeah, built-in sat-nav, and it's got camera sensors on back.
Don't buy an
reversing camera.
Yeah, that's reverse camera, that is. Because I says to him, I says, well, what do you think to this? I says, it don't matter what car because you see, we've had this one 5 years. No.
I'll stick with my cassette player.
4 years. We've had it 4 years. Now, every 3 years, you're supposed to change it, because there's such a waiting demand for cars, etc. And most of them now, you've got to put like a grand down deposit. Well, we ain't got that sort of money.
It's the chips at the moment, isn't it? Not the actual building the cars themselves. It's the chips and the actual problems.
So I had an email, and it says it comes up in the mobility scheme top picks. So I sent it to Chris, and I says, well, what do you think of this? I says, no matter what we go for, the boot is not going to be big enough for my mobility scooter. I says, what you could probably do with doing is saying to mobility scheme, is it all right if we put a tow bar on it and getting like a little trailer? Yeah, a little trailer for it.
They don't mind that. It's just that you're not allowed to take it off, are you?
No.
Change it.
Well, this is it. I mean, we won't need to take it off. I mean, because we've got it for at least 3 years.
You can't change. You can't just swap a tow bar from one car to another. It's not simple.
Well, that's it. That's it. Gary says,
It's supposed to get the same car again.
I'd never heard of that, and I thought, I said to Chris, I says, I'll ask Partnest if he's heard of it. Kia Stonic 2, I think it is.
I'm not familiar with modern Kias.
You see, another one. What they've sent is a Ford Focus Estate. Now, to me, an estate is too low down off the floor.
Oh.
Why were you going to say oh?
Oh, no. Estate? That'd be good.
This is the boot in this one is 575 litres.
Yeah, but with an estate, you can whack all seats down and you'll have an even bigger boot, wouldn't you?
How'd you work that out? Compare it to your air fryer time.
That's a 1 litre EcoBoost engine, averaging a gallon.
EcoBoost, they have terrible for reliability. This EcoBoost engine. I think it's because it's a small engine. They try to squeeze so much power out of such a small capacity engine. It just drains its little heart out.
Working a minute. Oh, dear me, back.
So I said, you get brake horsepower out of it, but you're gonna, it's not engine's not going to last. It's not going to hold up.
You know, when were we on about Nissan Leaf?
Oh, Nissan Leaf. That's just a small hatchback.
Yeah, because that's
with a shitty range.
Recommended.
Well, 2014 ones, because next door's daughter's got a 64 plate Leaf, and then she only gets about 50-mile range out of it. Partner's niece.
I could just imagine Jeanette trying to get in an MX-5. I might get in it, but I might not get out on it.
They'll be struggling to get in.
Yeah, Skoda Fabia, that's another one I recommend. Because see, it come up and it says Motability top picks.
I'm not going to ask if Audi, BMW or Mercedes offer out.
Brett says he's got Hyundai and they own 33 point of Kia.
Actually, we've been pronouncing it wrong. It's Hyundai.
Yeah, there were an advertisement about it.
Yep. We've been pronouncing it wrong for all these years.
Oh. Vitamin time, I've forgotten. Mind you, not that I need any vitamin C.
That's Skoda Fabia, but it's
I've got some nice
Is that a Golf?
I've got some nice windows to put in it, but yeah, I've decided I'm going to put that big window in on the left-hand side at double doors, Jeanette.
Yeah.
And then on the end, just on that end wall, I'm going to put one of the single windows and a little gap, and then another one of the single windows. Then keep the back wall and the side wall at the end.
Go. Talking about Renault, this is a Renault Capture, and it's a plug-in hybrid.
Oh, no, don't bother with
that. Fabia's just a Golf, not Golf, a Polo.
Anything plug-in, don't bother.
Yeah.
Waste of time.
Yeah. Fabia's basically a Polo with Skoda badges on it.
Yeah, not a very big car at all. No.
No, I had a Polo, a 2004 Polo.
You need something like SUV size, for all you travelling about and stuff.
Yeah, or MPV.
Yeah.
It's just some of the quality stuff. It costs more, yeah. That's what I said here. Audi, Mercedes, or BMW would cost. They probably don't offer anything.
Because it's just said, did you know that you can now choose to send your £750 new vehicle payment. I didn't even know I were eligible for a £750 new
No,
vehicle.
when you take that car back, you'll get 750 quid for keeping it in good condition. I mean, the odd ding and that, and like a bit of upholstery damage, that's no, they'll still pay.
Yeah,
I know.
That's called fair wear and tear.
I know they do the bigger cars, but I'm not exactly sure what cars they do.
My partner's youngest daughter's just got a new car on mobility. They had a Mercedes A-Class.
I'm not into Peugeots.
They've just got an electric Peugeot. Not sure which one that is.
I mean, normal cars will run forever as long as you maintain them, you know. But these electric cars, you look at get 5 or 6 years out of them.
See what's line up.
Mine has a CD changer, and I've got a Bluetooth thing stuck in my cigarette lighter to make it work.
See, I'm looking on Kia range. You've got Picanto.
Let's have a look.
Rio. Stonic. Soul EV. What's that's electric, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kia Ceed.
I think it's 2008.
You see, they do like an estate, and that's a Ceed sports wagon. Hey, up Crypto, I know nothing about cars here. Proceed.
Stay well clear of electric cars, though, Janet. It's not worth the hassle. When you go on your travels, you like to go far. Well, you
Nairo EV.
You want to spend 40 minutes.
Sportage, what Gary were on about, Kia Sportage.
They're quite nice. Quite big, then. You'd be alright with one of them.
Exceed.
Exceed.
What's a PHEV? What's that?
Sounds like a rash.
Oh God, typical. I don't think you can get a Jaguar on mobility. Saying that, Pat's youngest daughter, she had an A-Class, Mercedes A-Class on mobility.
I suppose it depends how much willing to deposit you willing to pay.
Well, I don't know that.
You know what I always say, Bria? They've got 4 wheels, an engine, and a steering wheel. That's
they
do
don't go
Lexus.
for it. Well, no, you'll have a battery up its ass as well.
But yeah, these electric cars, they do have the place, bro. You can't just throw away the internal combustion engine, just replace it with EVs. It doesn't work like that.
Not when there's not a battery for it either. They need to figure out a way of charging them quicker, or they're just bloody useless. Really.
Well, that's one of the issues, isn't it? Charge time. I mean, on the way to speed that obviously change the battery. If you get an interchangeable battery, you go somewhere.
I saw a guy. I don't know. It was just one of them shorts on YouTube. Tesla guy stuck outside at road and he's there with a Honda petrol generator charging his car back up. Yeah, money boots.
All right, I'm on Car Wow scheme thing about looking at Dacia Jogger, and it's got a 9 out of 10 score.
Oh, the Dacia, it's quite an interesting looking car. All right, though.
Well, Dacia started off using recycled Renaults.
A Hyundai Bayon, that's only got a 7 in reviews.
Yeah, Hyundai and Kia sound like possible options. Peugeot. Yeah, that's all.
But yeah, it's one of these things that you've got to.
I've just sent a picture of it to my mum, and she went, "Tell Tracy not to come down the stairs and fall in the hole." I think I might have put a handrail there, don't you?
Oh yeah, photos on mobility page. Going back to, I'm flitting over like one. It's all right. Sponge drops, perfect little cake sponge drops. I really like cake sandwich with fresh cream and strawberry jam. Ooh,
they sound nice.
Yeah, they look nice as well, Johnny. Baking with Granny.
Hey, cheeky bugger. She said, "Come to think of it, you need to be told not to fall into the hole as well." Cheeky bugger. How dare she? She's saying I'm accident prone.
Yeah, Richard.
Well, you know what they say, Johnny. If it fits, wear it.
Oh yeah, but I won't build creative things without injury. I've got to injure myself a bit.
But you see,
today.
You see, we've been looking for ages for a car that's big enough for, so mobility scooter goes in it. But I don't think it's possible because you're not going to get, unless you buy a fully adapted van.
Volvo XC70, that'd be ideal.
You'd also end up with a bloody horrible
Yeah, XC70.
You see a lot of
V70 and XC90.
A lot of these vans have got built-in ramps anyway. If we're talking about wheelchair access, WAVs as they call them. But we're talking about probably 2 or 3 grand down payment. We ain't got that sort of money.
It must work because a girl at work, her son is paralysed, and he's 20-year-old. He got paralysed in a motocross accident, where he got scrambled.
Yeah.
He has an Audi Q5 on Motability, all adapted with hand controls. So you must put money down there first or something. I don't know how it works.
When we went to because I was Vauxhall, obviously. So when we went to the Vauxhall dealer, we sort of explained, well, since we first had this car, I've got a mobility buggy, and so she says, well, only thing sort of that we've got in the showroom that would possibly suit is I forget what it were now, but that was like a big type of, it was like a 7-seater thing, but you could put all seats down.
There must be something because I would expect quite a lot of people on mobility to have a mobility scooter as well. I mean, but
this is the thing. When she's shown us this vehicle, and she says basically it's your because your pips is in 2 halves. It's like your mobility, and then you've got like daily care. But in order to get the Motability, you've got to have both what they call enhanced. Yeah. So, but anyway, we were talking to this woman that were on. Hi, Tommy, how are you? That were on reception, and I said, "Well, we can't afford that kind of money. We're on benefits." So she says to me, she says, "Well, this, I forget what it were now. They do grants, so you send them all dimensions and everything of your buggy, and they'll find a vehicle that suits you, and basically whatever the down payment is, they cover that because it's a grant." So but it's hard sort of finding, you know. So I says to Chris, I says, I'm either considering ringing these up with these grant people and saying, well, look, because I've done my research and I've got all dimensions and, you know, how long it is, how much it weighs. And
they say we're about 2 years before we got his next car, didn't we?
Yeah, and we're looking at about 2 years.
How long do you have to keep them for? Can you swap them when you want?
No, you've got to have them 3 years at least.
3 years. So reliability is not an issue because it's never going to get old enough to have a reliability issue, is it? So
but listen, you don't have to pay no insurance. You don't have to pay any road tax. Obviously, you don't have to have it MOT till your lease is up.
Yeah.
Well, 3 years when it comes.
Plus,
to
you get RAC cover as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, only thing you've got to pour in essence is the fuel.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, you just want a car that's the right size for you. You know, you don't need to pick one on reviews and reliability because you're never going to have it long enough.
Well, yeah.
To get to that age where it's going to start having problems.
See you later,
New vehicles can have problems.
But it's finding by doing it as souls, finding a vehicle. Because same as Chris says, once we get a vehicle or some way of transporting my mobility scooter, it's I could go out all the time. I mean, weather permitting, obviously. But at the moment, if we want to go anywhere, you know, I've got to go in my wheelchair.
Yeah.
You know, we want something that's big enough to, same as Chris says, even if it's a roomy vehicle, yeah, I'm sure whoever it is will allow us to put a tow bar on. And same as Chris says, if we've got to buy a trailer and we've got alt ramps and everything to put it on a trailer, you know, we can just tow it.
There must be one out. There must be a car available that fits a scooter. I mean, God, how many people have mobility scooters now? You know,
this is what I'm saying, Richard.
You're talking the Citroen Berlingo, the Volkswagen Touran, something like that. It has to be like a van, really.
Yeah. You're talking about, well, they call them wows.
When you get this vehicle, it's brand new when you get it, is it?
Oh, yes, brand spanking new.
It doesn't matter what you get, it's going to work, and that's it.
See, when we had this one, it's a 2019, and it comes straight off it.
Yeah. How many miles have you put on this one you've got now?
I don't know.
Well, that's Chris. He'll know, won't he?
How many miles has it got on it?
That's not many.
Yeah, it's not got many.
That's it. You know,
15,000, if that.
Oh, what pedal bikes?
I've done 50 since I got mine. 50,000.
Any issues about
because Vauxhall.
The only issue at that mileage, Richard, is does the air freshener still smell?
I think that Gary says Vauxhall Combo is the same as the Berlingo. That was the one that we were looking at in the showroom.
In fact, Gary, I knocked my bumper out and this little plastic bit came off the bottom and it said Citroen on one side and Peugeot on the other.
But yeah, I think that one were a Vauxhall Combo that we were looking at in showroom.
Vauxhall Tab.
What car's the Berlingo based on?
The
combo's based on a Corsa because we have combos at work.
The Berlingo's based on the van.
Corsas are now sharing the same platform as.
It's still got the same clutch, Richard. I can show you the
models. Because Group PSA,
really,
which is basically Peugeot and Citroen, they bought Vauxhall and Opel from General Motors, but Group PSA has since been bought out by Stellantis, which also owns
horrible things to drive. They look horrible, they drive horrible.
Yeah, I mean,
all the
Vauxhall vans we've had at work have been poor. They've all been smokers. You know what I mean? But obviously they've got a lot more miles on. You know, they're all into their heavy miles. You know, hell of a lot of miles. But they've all been very smoky.
Yeah, that might be an option. The what Gary said, the Ford Torino that connects, the van shaped one.
Yeah.
They're pretty good.
You know, 16 brands to Stellantis.
Ooh, Gary said he's got 7-seater.
Dodge.
Let me just.
Yes, Fiat.
Well, that doesn't surprise me, Amjad.
Maserati, Mopar, Opel, Peugeot, Ram, and Vauxhall.
I find if you just spray your old car air fresheners with some aftershave or something, done.
I don't mind stretching for an occasional air freshener.
Only if I'm getting car washed.
I was only thinking about air fresheners till the day. Do you remember then they had to put a pin in with like a glass ball?
I can remember that.
They called orange or something.
Yeah, if you went a bit gung-ho, it'd split out all over everywhere.
Like a black thing with like a half a dome. It looked like the Eden Project on a card. And you put it back.
Oh, yeah,
I remember them.
Yeah, it's like half a diamond on a piece of cardboard.
Orange.
Yeah, remember that, yeah. You could get the traffic light ones, couldn't you?
Remember traffic light ones, yeah.
I'm only thinking
Christmas tree ones.
Hi, Kevin.
How's everyone?
Well, good. Well, apart from that fringe minivan.
Yeah, this is the Torino.
Yeah, that's a transit, basically.
Yeah, it's got a ramp as well.
Well, that's ideal.
Yeah.
You have to put extra down to get that, or can you have that for them?
Yeah,
Gary.
No, I would just. I sort of got that far. I'm just sort of looking at the,
How's it going, Kevin?
One day at a time.
Can I ask you a question? Is it illegal in New Jersey to pump your own fuel?
Yes.
If you go to a gas station, you want to put your fuel in.
Yes.
You can't
Hey?
self-serve. Yeah.
Also in the state of Oregon. Also.
Oregon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody try to put fuel in my car and punch him in the face.
Yeah. A lot of time.
It's very rare over here. I did find a rural station, and they have to padlock the fuel pumps. But
I can remember when I was 16, 17 when we had motorbikes and they used to put your petrol in for you then.
Yeah. Hey, bro. There's quite a few places here where if you're familiar with the gas station attendants, because that's where you frequent, they'll let you start it up and do what you have to do because it saves them from doing it and they're getting paid anyway. So.
Yep.
What do you say to them then? Put 20 in or something, or 30 or whatever you want?
I'll fill it up.
Yeah. Well, most all the gas stations here, people will use a credit card. So, I mean, you can pay cash, but
What, you can put the cards in the pump?
You say fill it up in this country.
Just slide it in and pull it back out, and then it accesses your card through the internet. The bank approves it, or your card company approves it, and they allow it to be pumped.
Yeah. Well, over here, a lot of them are pre-authorising. Is it £99?
Yeah.
So if you haven't got enough money in your account, you're stuffed.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can only put so much in then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It don't bother me. I don't have that problem.
Yeah. Hey, Brucey.
Scott is saying his neighbour's got that Torino.
There's an update.
That reminds me of
There's an
the
update.
credit card.
That's got to work, isn't it?
Johnny, is that your new outdoor shed?
It's Tracy's because I sold the caravan.
Tracy's summer house.
The summer. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. But do you really get summer over there?
Basically,
Yeah,
13
we do actually, believe it or not.
We've had it today.
Actually, we're quite warm today. Yeah.
I've had a few days, that's why I've got all that built.
AC on Mercedes.
Yeah, but apparently by weekend where there's going to make a drastic downturn.
Is it?
Oh, that'd be right. It's
Yeah.
all them chemtrails.
In other words, it's going to be fixing it down.
Oh, they always blame that, Johnny.
Did you look in the sky this morning? It was like we're playing noughts and crosses.
Well, we're currently at 49 degrees today. Chilly.
Yes, that's a little bit on the cold side.
Be right.
Okay.
As long as it ain't raining, I'll be outside.
I'm
You know,
good.
Rose has 2 weeks rain.
Sam Adams.
Shut up, you know, bro.
But today has been warm. I was in Preston this afternoon. It was hot.
I better hurry up and get the roof on it.
You can better get a shift on then, Johnny.
I'm gonna have to buy the panels. I think. I don't think I'll be able to get them for now.
Yeah, that Torino looks a good vehicle, Gary.
Yeah.
Just get a transit and have done with it.
But you see, the Torino, it's actually got the built-in ramp and
I'm not
everything.
listening, you know, bro. La, 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 la. So what you're trying to say is get the roof on.
And pretty damn quick.
Yeah. It's going to warm up this weekend. We'll be up in the
Can I have
70s.
the roof on by Friday? Nothing else, just the roof.
I'm going to say it's Thursday tomorrow.
Yeah, but I need to go get the panels tomorrow. I think I'm gonna have to buy them. I think.
Well, once you've got roof on, it don't make no difference because you can do other bits at your leisure, can't you?
Plus, I don't need to felt it right now because I've got really big rolls of white plastic I can stick over it for now, over the wood bit.
But what you know, if it rains, your base and everything's going to get sodden, and yeah. Whereas if you put your roof on, at least it's going to shield it.
Well, I only need to put 2 more trusses up. I could put 1 truss up for now in the middle. And then
That's why I built my shed in July.
Yeah.
Torino, Chris will be able to camp in that with plenty of space.
We're going it for you, Richard, not him.
He'll be able to slide out that ramp in the morning.
Hey? Richard says if you get that Torino, he says it'll be ideal for Callum Chris to go camping. I says we're going it for me, not him.
You can't beat them transit dudes.
Yeah, plenty of room in it to have a crap in his porta potty.
Yeah, plenty of room. Exactly there.
Why don't you get a camper van? Doesn't do him on mobility somehow.
He really won't bang his head when he's crouching.
Listen, Johnny says something about banging your head when you're crouching. No, it's like a proper toilet, Johnny. You can sit down and read your newspaper or whatever on it.
You're like that.
No crouching involved.
And what's he got a shiwi for a end?
No. Well,
B&Q bucket.
It's got like a bucket in the lid.
They can't beat them B&Q buckets for £1. I got about 10 of them.
Oh, Home Depot to you, Kevin.
I'm sorry.
You see, this is the thing, Gary. Even if we were to order one, it'd probably take a couple of years for us to get it.
Use big plant pots, plant nest.
Okie dokie then, Amjad.
They'd be cheaper than bigger plant pots at that size.
But yeah, you know what I mean. There's a long waiting list for these Motability cars.
Well, they take a regular van and retrofit it so that you have the ramp. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Well, if it's a wheelchair access vehicle, then the ramp is built in.
Try this when my mum got her first van. Yeah, they didn't put heavier duty suspension on it, right? So when you put the ramp down and you actually drove the Motability scooter into it, it were hitting floor, literally hitting the floor.
Yeah, Gary says it only took his van 3 months to get built because his dad's got Parkinson's.
It got sent back, and then they upgraded the suspension.
Gary says it only took his van 3 months.
If he has Parkinson's, who drives the van?
Gary, he's got it for his dad.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
not making fun of anybody, just making light of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder how it go. I wonder how they adapt the transit van. How do they get round the back axle and stuff on one of them?
It's front wheel drive.
Well, the newer ones are front wheel drive, are they?
Yeah, new ones are front. Yeah.
Are they?
Well,
The ones we've got at work.
it's not like the original Transit.
Eh?
It's not like the original Transit. An inline Pinto
wants to hear
engine driving rear wheels.
The design, what the design, but the designs for 8 before panels.
It's all right. I will have been.
Yeah,
You know, Bro says, "Where's John Travolta tonight?" And I thought, John Travolta, and he says, "Slick." Well, this is the thing, you know, bro. He messaged me saying he'd got to build some bunk beds for a client. Now, whether that's code or what, I don't know.
Who?
Jeanette, Gary says he loves a joke. You mind if I tell a joke?
Go on.
Okay.
What's all yours, Kevin?
Okay. This kid is waiting at the bus station for the bus so he can go to school. Bus drives up, opens the doors. Kid goes up the steps and he tells the driver, "Give me a transfer." Bus driver hands him a transfer. Kid goes and sits down.
Yeah.
Next day, the kid waits at the bus again, gets on the bus, tells the bus driver, "Give me a transfer." Bus driver's getting annoyed now. Gives the kid a transfer and tells him to go sit down. Third day, the kid gets on the bus. "Give me a transfer." The bus driver beat the crap out of the kid, kicked him off the bus. Fourth day, kid's waiting at the bus station with his father. Bus drives up. Door opens. The kid gets up there. Bus driver. The old man says to the bus driver, he says, "You beat the crap out of my kid yesterday?" He says, "Yeah." "Why?" He said, "He was making fun of me."
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
That's a shit joke, Kevin, and far too long.
I'll drink to that.
Honesty is the best policy, Kevin.
Hey, I'll tell you something. Tell him, well, he reckons he's feeling better, but what we on 10 o'clock, he's come down, he says, "I'm having an early night."
Got sniffles, that's why.
Are you not going to college tomorrow then?
No.
You don't sound too clever either.
Do I?
Yeah, don't kiss me because I don't want your leggy.
Kiss me through the glass.
Come on, get put the rest. He'll feel a lot better.
Kiss me between a pane of glass.
Yeah. Or blow me air kisses. That'll do. Won't mind you. That is sending his leggy my way, innit?
Yeah. You need a shield.
Yeah.
Need a riot shield.
I say.
Perspex screen. Oh, that won't do no.
Oh, don't be starting all that again, Jeanette.
It's a tissue.
The tissue.
I know.
A lot of good that's going to do.
Anyway.
And then blue mask.
But yeah, he got up this morning and said he felt a lot better, but I think he's gone back downhill.
Yeah,
It's not long. Callum to be going to bed at 10 o'clock.
You try to throw a sickie on a Friday.
It's Thursday tomorrow.
Oh, Thursday. I'll let you off.
Our class is Friday, Thursday. We call it Friday because we don't work Fridays, so we call Thursday Friday. You know.
I call every day Saturday.
Callum is very, very rarely poorly. So, yeah, if he's considering not going to college, then, yeah, must be somewhere amiss somewhere. You've been told not to drink out of bottle. You're sweating.
What?
Your hair looks wet.
He's trying out Tim's style.
Brill
I
cream.
did suit it, though. It did suit it. It's all right.
His hair looks wet. I thought he'd been sweating.
No.
Yeah. Honestly, I'd said to him, I think it was Sunday. I says, you know what would suit you, Tim? I says, slick back. And then obviously Monday he said he bought some cream
He's got the thickest curly. Well, not even actually curly, is it? It's just really thick. I've never seen that like.
It's like once it gets to a certain length, it gets out of control, doesn't it? You know what I mean? Thank you, Crypto. Crypto says she hopes you get better soon, or you feel better.
The official white afro man.
But yeah. But the thing is, if we were to have it caught,
is his brother there the same? His brother's been on camera, hasn't he?
Yeah, his brother's hair straight.
Oh, right.
You mean his twin?
Yeah.
His twin's hair straight.
All right. They must have plugged him in when he was first born. He's been sticking to balloons ever since.
But this is the thing, it all depends whose gene he's got. If he's got his mum's gene, you see, he might have his mother's genes, and his twin might have his dad's genes. Well, I don't mean genes that you wear. DNA, whatever you want to call it. But
there's the milkman have dreadlocks.
Oh dear. I mean, when you put them side by side, you can tell that they're twins.
So there's twin cuts in there, but he did say that he's thick too.
Oh, his twin.
It's grown back pretty quick.
There, but it did say his hair is long and thick too.
This is all curly now because I haven't brushed it out from my back. It's been tea treed.
Crypto says, I'd just like to say nothing to do with me, Tim keeping his hair long. This is the thing, Crypto. If he wanted to cut it, he'd cut it, if you know what I mean. You know, it's like when I decided to have all mine cut off. Chris says, well, at the end of the day, it's your hair. If you want it cutting short, then you have it cut short, you know what I mean?
My mum's little girl, Christine, she's 14 now. She's had her hair cut short and it really suits her.
You know what I mean? It's like one of these things, you know. Yeah, it's up to the individual. It's like Chris with his beard. He knows I don't like beards, but I says to him, well, if you want to grow a beard, you grow a beard. You know what I mean?
You're not a fuzzy face person?
Unfortunately not. No. Neither is Crypto. She don't like the fuzz.
You
see, the thing is, Kevin. Oh, guess who's here? He's done putting his bunk beds up.
Oh, you get diaper rash with a beard.
Yeah, I've got sensitive skin, so I get like what they call beard rash.
Rug rash.
Oh yeah. So we sort of compromise because when we
it's one of these. Tracy goes like that. She holds my bloody beard down and then kisses me. Like being strangled and kissed at the same time.
Oh, we know he's still building bunk beds.
Tim.
Why do you think that's a new? For what though? Hey, can you give me any tips? Hey, Tim, can you give me any tips? Because Tracy wants bunk beds as well. She said that today. She stood up in there and she went, "Oh, the height's nice. So where are you putting the bed bit?" I went, "Can I fucking put a roof?" He ain't got no roof or walls, but yeah, where's my bunk beds going? I'm hoping she's just going to say, "Get me a sofa bed once it's all built." It is a bit of a stupid idea.
Just get me a good recliner.
Well, I mean, there's like them captain's bed where you know you in essence you've got a bunk bed, but you've got space underneath. Yeah, it's all right. I'm not blowing your kisses. I'm blowing it to Callum.
Oh.
Don't get excited, guys. I'm not blowing your kisses. I'm blowing it to Callum.
Bottom lips out now, Jeanette. Remember when that used to work? a long time ago.
Oh dear. But
Bye.
right, are you decided? Have I got to set alarm or what? No.
I'll let you.
I don't.
You ought to go.
No, I don't. You ought to go either. You don't want to be spreading your lurgy at college. See you morning.
Go
But,
car
yeah.
hunting instead.
What?
Go car hunting instead. I'm going to sell her, what do you call them, a Torino, whatever it's called.
Yeah, I'll do my research first, Richard. Hiya, Andy.
Here, Andy.
Yeah.
I know that.
And you got something to say to him?
Hey, Osbeach.
You need blades.
And
I can say congratulations.
But yeah, I'll look into it. I'll see what's what, and I'll be able to tell you more on Saturday. Just leave it with me.
Yeah, because whatever it is, they're going to have to do a fair bit of work to put a ramp in one of them. You know what I mean?
Well, this is the thing. If it's like this players, you know, like if you can't afford to put the, you know, the deposit down, so to speak. Oh, pardon me, that were on behalf of Tim, by the way. Just had some fizzy water. Yeah, you just tell them what you need.
Yeah.
Hiya, Gaffer, how are you? You know, and basically...
I suppose you don't have to go down the whole road of having an electric ramp fitted. You could just have a ramp that you put on.
Well, she did, but she did. I have spoke to them previously, and they went as far as to say that they could put me a hoist in as well.
Right.
Whatever your requirements or your needs, they will find a vehicle that's suitable for you. 2, they'll find a vehicle that's suitable for your mobility scooter or wheelchair. And then obviously they've got to make it accessible to said mobility scooter or wheelchair. And she did also say that basically, because my mobility scooter is a large mobility scooter, you could that's where hoist comes in, not for myself, but for my mobility scooter. If it's not fitted with a ramp, fit a hoist so that, you know, you can, you know, get your mobility scooter straight in your vehicle. So, yeah. But, yeah, you know, I mean, it's one of these things where we've got to sort of look into it. But this is another thing. As things stand at the moment, when we go on holiday, I can't even take my wheelchair because with dog, Callum, all his suitcases and whatever, there ain't no room for a wheelchair. Or there is, but it'll be a very, very tight squeeze, you know what I mean? So if I need a wheelchair or anything, we've got to hire it down there, so that's more expense. So why go to that expense when I've got a wheelchair and a mobility scooter here?
Yeah.
Oh. My mum and dad paid themselves for my van. He's 70, doesn't get pips. We see that. That's it. I do. Otherwise, we won't be able to, you know, afford, you know, Timmy slick pants.
But, you know, going back to what we were saying earlier with Park Nest, I'm pretty sure most of them are rear-wheel drive. I put money on it. I think they're available in both rear and front. Because I was in 2019 at work and it's rear-wheel drive because we had the universal joint on the prop replaced about 4 weeks ago. But
another thing as well.
I was thinking if you had to put a ramp in, there's a fair bit of work to alter the back end.
Yeah. Well, they take care of everything, Richard. But some as I say, I don't know how it works or whatever. But they cater to your needs, not what you want. It's what you need.
Because the 2023 here is being advertised as a rear-wheel drive with a 10-speed auto box, the brand new Transit.
But yeah, they cater to more to your needs, not what you know, not what you want. It's what you need. And I had to, because you see, my mobility scooter, obviously I bought it off somebody, you know, in one of the estates just out road, and it were a late husband's, so she let me have it sort of relatively cheaply, and basically, how can I put it? It's hardly been out through the door, because you can't. I can only go places locally. And same as Chris says, we could do with something that would be able to load it up, and when he goes out doing his photography or his drone flying, I can go with him, knowing that I can get my mobility scooter in said vehicle, and it gives, you know, it gives me more independence. I mean, only place I can go with it now at the moment, when weather's.
Put up pub and get a pipe, as big as a pipe bag.
Only thing I can say is I can only go to Asda in that little, little industrial park where we live. That's the only place I can go in it. Because I could probably make it up. You could probably make it up to the doctors and back. But it's such a faff going it out to ours because we've got no. Yeah, I've got like a fold out ramp, but that's all right for front door. But when you go down a bit further, we've got 2 steps, you see. So I've even got the long ramps as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's such a faff.
Them Torinos or whatever they call, they're big money on Auto Trader. I'm just looking at them now. They're not cheap, bloody hell.
But
you're talking up to 50 grand.
I know. So we're not buying it then, innit? But yeah, it's. But you see, the thing is, Richard, as well. When I got the higher rate of mobility, I went straight into a mobility car. So I said to Chris, "What you never got, you don't miss." And that's that pays the lease on that car. Yeah. So you've got that for as long as you want it until you pick another one.
I've often wondered how it works because I can't understand. There's quite a few people with flash mobility cars, and I thought, how have they done that? What have they done to get that? You know what I mean? They put a big dollop down at the start, do they?
Well, like when we got this one, the car itself is worth 25 grand, or it were worth 25 grand. Yeah. Right, when we got it. And basically, we didn't have to put no deposit down, nothing. We just ordered it, whatever colour we wanted it in. And then you get a phone call saying, well, it's just got off at docks at, I think it was Portsmouth. It's just come off a container in Portsmouth. It'll probably take a couple of days to get it to here. And basically, we'll gear a phone when it's arrives at showroom, and that's it. And you just get in it. You're insured from that minute. The minute you sort of go to collect your vehicle, and all we had to do was go across road because they were like a big Tesco's and got petrol station. So we just went across road and put some petrol in it, and that were it. Off we drove. But you've got to be on the higher rate of mobility, because there's like 2 elements to PIPs. There's care, and then there's mobility. Well, I get the announce rate on both of them.
Yeah. That lad, it was the girl who works in our office at work. Her son, but he's actually paralysed, so he'll be on the high.
Yeah.
He'll be
Yeah,
on the
definitely.
top,
He'll be on. Yeah.
and he has a Q5, but he must have put something down to get that. I would have thought.
You see, that's how I know about this like grant scheme, because we went and we looked at it, Vauxhall Combo, I think it were, and she says, but the only problem is it's like about 1,500 advance payment. So we ain't got that sort of money. That's just because we're on benefits.
Hi, Joel.
Hi, Joel. And that's how I know about. I didn't know anything about this grant scheme until the woman actually told me at the car dealership. So
long gone are the days when you had to have one of them blue plastic things with handlebars.
Remember them, Richard?
Them disabled cars with handlebars.
Plastic mobility cars.
Handlebars in them.
Yeah.
He's got one on his fleet.
Well, there were mobility scooters
coloured, I think.
Oh dear. Yeah, they've come on leaps and bounds. It's them, Richard.
Can you imagine if they still had them?
It were one fits all, basically, weren't it?
Yeah, like a. I don't know what it was.
Like sort of Postman Pat, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Cross between a Robin Reliant, a Travant, and a
Reliant Robin. Get it right. You don't say Astra Vauxhall or Focus Ford.
Hang on, sorry. A Reliant Robin. I got it wrong, right? So you knew what I meant. You knew what I meant. A three-wheeler.
Talking about them.
Yeah, that's one.
That's actually a model, but yeah. You get the drift.
Sorry, I missed that. Oh yeah, no, sorry.
It's a zero gauge Oxford Invercar pale blue car.
Yeah, Humnut's got one on his channel. It's called Tuck.
Jeanette, I'm going to bail.
Okie dokie, is it that time already?
Yeah, pancakes tonight.
All right. Kevin.
Breakfast for dinner.
Mate.
Breakfast for dinner. So, all right.
See you later, Kevin. Thanks for popping up.
Enjoy your evening, all. We'll see you again soon.
Yeah, there's a load of them there. Look.
What for sale? People selling them.
No, I tell you where I saw one. I saw one in a transport museum near Belfast.
They were called an invalid carriage then.
Yeah. Yeah, but Upnut, he's got one.
Yeah, we're going.
Got 1972 in the car. It's called Tuck.
I'm going to drop out as well. I'm knackered.
Okie dokie then, Johnny.
Gonna go grab a coffee and chill in bed.
Okie dokie then, Johnny. I'll see you later.
Bye.
Johnny.
Let's have a look. Playlists. Let's have a look. Has he got a playlist for his Invercar?
Yeah, they've got. Somebody's got one for sale on eBay.
How much? Was it no bids?
For
sale in Yeovil as well. It's down Scotty's way. Not my taste bud, but lots of people love them.
Do they? Where?
And somebody's put, just for the record, like, does anyone know the external dimensions of an Invercar? And somebody's put, model 17, yeah, they've gone on, yeah, must lead rather dull lives. Let's just...
And how much is it for sale for?
I'm trying to look, Richard.
All right.
Oh, this is a forum. Not actually for sale. It looks like a lawnmower engine in back. Yeah.
I only ever remember seeing one in our town, and it was a right tall guy with loads of hair used to drive it around, and it just looked ridiculous.
That's the inside of it, Richard. Look, with handlebars and
Handlebars, yeah.
Old handlebars.
Absolutely awful.
That's a 1973 model, that one is. Chris were only 2 years old when fiberglass body.
And that fetching shade of pale blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found a hub nut video.
There's a site called Auto Shite.
What's the plate? TWC 725K.
God forbid, they're bloody awful, aren't they? I didn't realise they were so tiny.
Yeah, well, they did the job.
There's one here. Fit his wheelchair inside of it.
Yeah, that's what they're designed for. You can fit your
Yeah.
Get yourself sat down, fold your wheelchair up, and it'll fit inside.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, doors slide forwards, back, and
Yeah,
slide.
no, slide back. Got to slide back.
Well, this one I'm looking at slid forward.
Yeah, this one I'm watching slid forwards and all.
There, look.
Yeah.
That one's.
Oh, man, I'll just get back into reality.
I'm just watching
I'll show
video
you
that
something,
I'm watching the link what you put on, and he's just home door and it goes forward. He's
There
putting
he is.
smiling.
There's his in the car. There are all sorts of other stuff in that unit.
Oh my god!
He's got. What else has he got? Oh, he's got Citroen Berlingo. Funny enough, 2002 Berlingo. No, 2 litre HDI with a good engine. Although he's having problems with it. He's got a Matisse. He's got a Dale Matisse. He bought the car brand new, sold it, and then bought it back. He's got a Daihatsu Charade.
Oh my god!
That's for Miss Hubnut. That's Miss Hubnut's car.
This one here got 2 doors. I didn't know they did them with 2 doors.
Is he one of these people who just collects the shittest model in every car? Is that what he is?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
He's got an Allegro tucked away somewhere, a princess.
No, he don't have an Allegro. No, that's somebody else who's got an Allegro.
Or even worse, a Vauxhall Belmont.
That's just nasty with the boot.
Bloody awful.
Mark 2 Astra.
It's funny though. This I'm just looking at this blue Invalid car, and the starter starts the engine, and when it's running, it becomes the alternator.
He's got a Citroen GSA.
It's quite a clever thing for them days. They don't do that now.
Oh, what else has he got? I'm trying to think what Ian's got. Citroen GSA. Oh, he had a Reliant Fox at one time, not so long ago. He sold that.
4-wheel with Robin.
Kitten. Think of Kitten.
Kitten, that was it, yeah.
Yeah, you have to hit Kitten. No, it's not. It's similar, but it's 4 wheels and it's like a van. Is the Reliant Fox. Call that Fox Ann.
Bombing around roads.
Tell you what he's got.
They actually, according to this, what it says, they sell them on classic car sites.
Trying to think.
So, yeah, I know it. There's oldest ills, but when did it ever become a classic car?
I think it's just the age of it, isn't it? I presume you don't need a car license. I presume you can ride it on a motorbike license, can you? That thing.
No idea.
Look, he's in the car.
I don't know.
I mean, when all said and done,
episode.
When all said and done, it were a 3-wheeler. It got handlebars like a motorbike. Welcome back, Amjad.
Amjad's here. I didn't know Amjad were here.
We've been here all along, and then he went at 10 o'clock. But yeah, you know what I mean? When all's said and done, it's... I hate to say this, but...
I've got 2 CV. How could I forget that?
But it's a souped-up motorbike.
Well, if there comes along, I'm just watching him going round streets and it fur traps on for a little bloody horrible thing.
You've got to start worrying if it can do a wheelie in it.
It's fur tapping along, isn't it? I don't think it's the comfiest of rides.
But yeah, you know, it's all right. Tim, we're talking about the old-fashioned mobility cars, the Invercar they were called. But yeah. I mean, in essence, it's sort of the mobility scooter has took over from that, because that's, you know, it gets you from A to B. It only goes like a maximum of 8 miles per hour. And then after, well, it's not got an engine in it, but you know what I mean? In all respect, it's sort of similar to an Invercar, if you know what I mean. We've talked about all sorts tonight, mostly cars. But yeah, I'll have to do my research and look into that, Torino, and see if we can get that sort of with this grant scheme.
What's that red thing he's got in his garage? Is it a Citroen Saxo or something?
No, he's got a 2CV, red and white.
No, there's a maroon one right at the front, or a maroon thing with a chrome bumper on it.
Oh, that's gone. That's a Daihatsu.
Ah, that's it. Yeah, Sherrard.
No, not Sherrard. Sherrard's blue. No, but it got this other Daihatsu. It's called Miss Daisy. That was a free car.
Oh, that's another thing. That's another thing.
Bought a Peugeot 107.
Before I forget,
Oh,
Chris made the balls up. United aren't playing till Monday, so normality tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Live stream. Yeah, he told me today, and I forgot all about it until just now.
No, I think it's a bit of a look to this chat, but he looks entertaining.
Because it's last day of the season.
Well, it's not going to affect anybody then, is it?
No.
But yeah, and it were Amjad putting that, looking forward to Crypto's live stream on Friday, and I thought, oh, that reminds me. What's a Syrian?
Daihatsu.
Yeah.
Oh, never even heard of that one.
That's the first car you get when you do, what's it called, that racing game on PS4? I forgot what it's called.
I think it's Mitsubishi.
Gran Turismo.
No, I'm thinking of the game.
You get one of them as your first car, whatever you call it, a Syrian.
It's a Daihatsu.
I'm just watching them do an MPV challenge, the Berlingo versus the Zara Picasso.
Yeah, that's a car he was borrowing.
Oh.
I'd much rather have the Picasso myself, but there you go. My wife used to have one of them, and she battered it to death, and it just kept going. Unbelievable car, that. Unbelievable. She wrecked it, and it just kept going and going and going and going. Loads of space in them things.
Oh, Liverpool only won Fulham 1-0. I expected a bigger. Man City 3, West Ham 0.
You used to have one of them, didn't you, Partners? The Picasso.
Yeah, did it? You did it. I desire a Picasso, yeah.
Yeah, wife used to have one. And
yeah, it was 1.8 petrol. Hang on,
Yeah.
look.
I mean, to look at it, I hated it, but God, reliability, unbelievable.
What's that, Richard?
The Citroen, well, I've had a Citroen. I mean, I can't stand Citroen's full stop. I can't stand Citroens. I can't stand Peugeots, and I can't stand Renaults. But she bought this Citroen Picasso, and it was so reliable. It was one of them 2-litre diesel ones, you know. It was brilliant.
Petrol.
And it even had cubby holes in floor. You could store things in the floor.
Oh, yeah.
It had lift up panels in back. You could put stuff in, couldn't you? You know, under the floor.
So if you got to stash something quick, you
with proper compartment to store things in.
Hi, Daniel. How are you?
That's it.
2002. This. 2002.
Even had a shopping trolley. Actual.
Well, mine didn't have that.
Not that you never used it because it looked a bit stupid, but it was there.
Yeah, but man, that's one thing I didn't have on mine.
But reliability were brilliant, and she just did not look after it, and it kept going and going and going and going. I thought it just wouldn't die.
Well, that's it.
And when I put it through MOT, it only failed on a pinch bolt for bottom ball joint. That's what it failed on.
Sure, it was the same, and it wouldn't look.
Said that when I bought him, it needed a clutch and it needed welding as well, but I knew a man who can. He sorted it out for me.
Yeah, Daniel, I flew solo last night because Tracy, she's got a broken ankle, foot, whatever, and she were a bit under weather. So, yeah, I made white chocolate cosmic blondies. Delicious.
Yeah, when she first bought it, I thought, my God, this is going to be a load of trouble, this, and weren't not a single bit.
Well, it just goes to show you, you thinking that it were going to be trouble. And
I bought a Peugeot and I had nothing but trouble, a Peugeot 405, and it was nothing but bother. And I thought, that is it. I am never having another Peugeot again. And I've never had one since.
That's it. You know what I mean? I mean, we've never had no problem with this. I mean, we've never had, it's only 4 years old, but I mean,
when you're constantly in new cars, you should never have problems. You know what I mean?
We've had to have some new tyres fitted, obviously.
That's just
that's one of the things that it did have.
Do you have to pay for them? Do they fit them for you?
Oh yeah. Did
they do it?
Because what it is, because we've had it 4 years. Obviously, after 3 years, it needs an MOT. Yeah. So all they do, Richard, is I get an email. Your car's due for MOT. Can you ring to book it in? So I rung up, and basically they book it in, but it's like they do a service, they do your MOT, and if anything listen, and if there's anything wants doing on your MOT, they do it there and then, before they bring it you back.
So you don't even have to pay for tyres. No, only you
don't have to pay for tyres. Didn't have to pay for MOT, and they collect it and bring it back. Yeah. So you get all your services, all your MOTs, anything that needs doing for MOTs. In this particular instance, it needed, I don't know, were it one or two new tyres? 2 new tyres, and basically, we'll be a bit late bringing it back. It might be sort of 6-7 o'clock time, because we, obviously we've got to fit these, and then they bring it back knowing that it's past its MOT and it's been serviced and everything at the same time.
Yeah. What's the law now with tyre treads? Because I've got a tyre on mine.
1.6 millimetres tread across the central 3/4.
That's on the depth bit. It's how much is it in the
1.6 millimetres. That's the laws. I know it. Obviously, I'm not a lawyer or a solicitor.
I've got one. I've got one tyre on front of mine, and it's the first inch is worn, down below because it was tracked out. I've had the tracking and everything done, but it's still got that tracked out piece, and it's
well, you have to replace the tyre.
It's what?
You might have to replace the tyre if it's too far gone.
The rest of it's like 3 or 4.
Yeah, but it's 1.6 millimeters across the central 3/4. So it's 3/4 of the tread, but it's got to be the centre.
Yeah, well, that's my centre's all right. It's a 4 over 4 mil. It's just that one tyre, one edge.
Yeah, well, we should be all right at the moment.
Because I don't want to change one tyre. I always like to do them in pairs, and the one on the other side's nothing wrong at all with it, you know what I mean? So I'm hoping to just keep it like that and just wait until the other one needs changing.
It's like brake pads and everything. I mean, they say if you change it brake pads or brake discs on one side, it's best to do them both. Because
you've got to do them.
Anybody who does one side doesn't know what they're doing. And you don't just change.
It's literally a false economy.
Yeah. And if you're in there doing pads, you might as well do bloody discs as well, unless they're.
Well, depends how bad discs are, because you can get away with just literally slap. They call it pad slap.
Yeah.
You might get away with putting another set of pads on.
I think you're all right, but
if your discs are bad, if they're scored or they've got a big lip on them, you've got to replace discs. But if you're changing discs, you've got to fit new pads at the same time.
I mean, I don't really know a lot about brakes, but I do know that, like, when pad goes against brake discs, it's like a thing on your brake pads, and after a time that wears off, doesn't it?
I mean, they seize up, and that can be bloody expensive for a caliper.
Oh yeah, because on that S-Bass, one of the rear calipers is seized solid.
Bloody
so
can be dear then.
It's still outside house now. It's got a rear wheel off on an axle stand. It basically immobile. It can't be driven.
No. And once
I can't put all old parts back on. That's a no.
Once they've seized, and even if you unseize it, they usually seize again.
Well, that's it. You're right. It's happened to me twice.
You free up, think you've cracked it, and then a month later they bloody seize up again.
Yeah, so does that again. Right, it's getting a new one. No more questions asked.
Wife had one put on her. She has a Yaris, and God, it cost a fortune. It did for caliper, unbelievable.
Bloody hell, little thing, that little.
What exactly is a caliper then?
Like a thing, it traps the disc. Does that?
Well, basically, it has the pads in it,
on it, and it does that.
And it's got pistons in that push the pads against a disc.
Yeah, when you put brakes on.
But generally, they are one.
The caliper bolts to your robe.
But
you got the hydraulics that go into it. When you press pedal, it pushes fluid down brake line into caliper, pushes pistons out, which push the pads on against the disc.
Oh, I got you now.
Gotcha.
It's simple stuff, and
Well, yeah, but I mean, like for somebody like me that don't know jack shit about cars, you know what I mean?
I get you.
I do know the bit about the brake and the pad.
Yeah, but that's how your brakes work. It's friction.
Yeah.
I know what you know about cars.
Like if you have a spring go, I always say you have a spring go, change them both.
Yeah, same with springs or shock absorbers. You got to change them.
But they should do.
Change them in pairs.
They should do really, just for its sake.
Anti-roll bar drop links as well.
Yeah.
All right.
I think if you're in there and you don't do it, it's like changing your undies without wiping your ass.
Well, I'm not sure that's quite the same.
You've got it all in the fires and bits. You might as well do as much as you can while you're there.
Yeah, Joelle's coming over to the UK on 14th. It'll not be long now.
14th of what?
May.
All right.
She's a big. Who's it that she?
Def Leppard, is it?
Is it a Def Leppard?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Joelle,
Something to do with an animal that can't hear.
She says she's getting that excited she can't sleep, and she's hoping that she can lose a few pounds. I mean, from what I've seen, Joel, you don't need it.
No.
You'll definitely lose a few pounds.
A lot of women that die
to have a figure like Joel, yeah.
Yeah. Honestly.
They're doing a book signing in London as well.
Well.
Yeah.
What, she's signing the book? I don't know she was an author.
Oh, it's only 10 days. You'll have time of your life, Joel. You'll enjoy it.
Early and watch Charlie get his crown put on.
She's going to miss that. She's going to miss old Charlie boy getting coronated.
But this is the thing as well. I heard that the Queen gave her the moniker of Queen Consort. So why are they calling it Queen? To me, she'll never be Queen.
Oh no, she's Queen Consort. But that says that
Yeah. I mean, if the Queen referred to her as Queen Consort, then that's what everybody else should refer to her.
Yeah.
But yeah, even giving her a crown as well. But there were a thing about yeah, and they were talking to friends of hers, and she's been a rock for Charles, and yeah, cry me a river, why don't you?
Oh, you don't like Camilla,
trouser snake.
Yeah. No, I don't like Camilla at all. So, how did you get that impression anyway, Richard?
Just the way you talk about it.
Yeah.
You know.
But yeah. And there was this one woman, and she was saying, she's brought a new lease of life to him, and yeah, probably shagging a night and day. That's why he's got a new lease of life.
That's why his ears are getting bigger. She's yanking him down there for
probably all the way round.
How can you go from the most beautiful woman in the whole world?
That's the woman he truly loves.
Did you hear that? What Chris? I mean, Chris is in agreement with me. He says, "How can you go from the most beautiful woman in the world to somebody that looks like Shergar's arse?"
I agree with Pine.
Yeah, but
that is
they weren't really compatible, were they?
That's the woman he truly loves. That's what I agree with Pines there.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? It's bred into them that they've got to have heirs to the throne.
Oh yeah, they have to. They can't just stop.
You know what I mean? So why force him to marry somebody that he didn't love, knowing
you've got to sow your wild oats somewhere.
Yeah, it was banging her sister before.
Richard is sowing your wild oats and spreading it thinly.
Well, that's what his uncle said to him. So he said to Charles, "Sow your wild oats and then settle down and find
No, not really, Tommy.
It's like Tullybugger. What's he called? Hewitt. If he's not Harry's dad, I'm the Pope.
Well, apparently Harry was born before they had an affair.
You know, he said Hewitt, not screw it.
I want to know where ginger ale comes into it.
Well,
but you don't say.
This is the thing. I mean, I were born ginger ale, right? And the only person on either side of my family were on my mum's side, and it were one of her sisters that had got ginger ale. She was only other ginger person in our family.
Yeah.
Well, that's the way genetics work.
Yeah.
So
you've always got to have a look.
I mean, she's long gone now, but they emigrated to Denmark. but yeah, she was the only person other than me on both sides of my families that have got ginger hair. But this is the thing: Callum's got brown hair and brown eyes like his dad, but his beard's ginger. So I don't know how it works.
Does she get a crown anyway, Camilla? Will she get a crown?
Yeah. I think apparently it's one at Queen's. You know, if I were there, I'd go and swipe it off her head.
Well, at
She
Queen's
don't deserve to wear it, especially when Queen before her wore it.
They must alter them because you can't all that same colour, size of aid.
You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I honestly.
There's a 3D thing on BBC website. There's a 3D thing. You can look at Charles's crown, and it's worth millions upon millions. It's got sapphire.
I mean, you think? I mean, they've got all cloaks and everything, and gold staffs, and
oh yeah, you got to have your staffs to bang on the floor and stuff.
Yeah, guess who's paid for them?
Yeah,
taxpayer.
Yeah.
But no, I don't. Honestly, Tommy. It might upset you, but no, I don't think she deserves a crown. In all honesty,
I personally think, whether you like royal family or not, from a business perspective, they're good value for money.
But you, as we were talking about it last night, Edward has never been in the public eye.
I think he's on the bus in.
But you know, he had a low-key wedding. He's had, I think it's 2 kids. There's never been any, rumours or whatever about Edward. He's always been low-key.
But they are good value for money, whether you love them or hate them. You know, with the money it costs to run them and the money they bring in, you know, this is miles apart. You know what I mean? They bring hundreds of millions in, and they cost about 90 million to run. So you know, it's a good return on your money.
But I beg to differ on that one, Richard.
That's just a fact. It's not something we could, you know, it's just the way it is. It costs, I don't know how much it cost last year, about 90 million, but they say they bring in 600 million in revenue, you know what I mean? And I don't like all the hanger-oners, all the distant royals, all these distant ones. I can't be asked with them, but the immediate ones.
Gary says she looks like Mr. Ed with those teeth. Did I show you that thing that Gordo sent me last night? But I certainly not be doing any baking in their honour. That's what Gordo sent me last night. Look.
Oh,
It's a striking resemblance to Camilla.
It does, yeah. Actually, looks quite nice on there.
Yeah. But yeah.
Oh, that must have been when they were younger and they were into horseplay.
Mm.
I don't like all these royals and hanger-oners who are just hanging on all these danglers.
Yeah. Yeah, Joel, I agree totally. We had one queen and she passed away last year. That's it. We only have one queen. But this is what I was saying to last night, right? Tommy says if we were shagging me, I'd be expecting at least a flipping crown. This is the thing, and I says to Chris, I says, think about it. When the Queen was coronated, she had married Philip, right? He's never been known as King Philip. He's always been known as Prince Philip.
Yeah, Prince Philip, who were the Queen, well, the consort, weren't they?
Yeah.
So why should they give her the title of Queen when she's only the King's wife?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
To do with
Philip were never known as the king. He were always known as Prince Philip.
It's something to do with there only being one throne.
And he had to renounce all his Greek and Danish titles.
Yeah. I like Prince Philip. I thought he was brilliant. He was top entertainment.
Oh, some of the things have come out with.
Oh yeah, when he said to him in Africa, "You still chuck computers at each other." What a thing to say!
But it was never known as king, though. This is what I'm trying to say. So why should she be known as the queen?
Yeah, because it says she'll be the queen, but she'll never be a monarch because there's only one throne and only one person can sit on it, unless they're going to play musical chairs. I don't get it myself.
Or sit on his knee. Is that a gun in your pocket, or are you just pleased to see me?
Says she will not become monarch because the throne can only be inherited. But she will take the title of queen because she is Charles's wife. I don't know. I don't get it.
But
why wasn't Prince Philip king? It's a bit weird.
Yeah. And that's weird because we were talking about it the other night. And I says, well, when we were talking about it last night, and I says, well, when you think about it, why weren't Philip known as king? If she's queen, why weren't he known as king? But he's always been known as Prince Philip. So there you go.
Yeah, because his parents were princesses, Prince Andrew of Greece and Denmark, and Princess Alice of Battenberg.
I found that out for you why he's not called the king, because a man can't do it. Only a woman can marry in and be queen. A man can't marry a queen and become king. It's not allowed. It's a British tradition. A man marrying into the royal family does not assume the male version of the title by his wife. But,
so why she got title then?
The rules are a woman can and a man can't.
Well, that's sexist, that is.
That's just the way it is. He gets another title. He was the Duke of Edinburgh.
That's why he's got strong connections with Scotland.
But anyway,
but this is the thing.
I'm only Googling it, so I don't know.
Charlie was Prince of Wales. Now that moniker has gone down to William, Prince of Wales. Him and Kate are Prince and Princess of Wales.
Yep. It's always next.
And Harry's that ginger twat that lives in America.
No, he's a spare. You know he's a spare. Twice. He's a spare.
I know. Andrew's only, Andy Pandy.
One thing, Harry will never be king, that's for sure, unless there's an unfortunate thing where all the rest of them get killed in a plane accident, which will never happen because they all fly separately.
But that's what I've tried to explain that to Chris. I says, well, when it happens to Charles, I says William will get to be king, and then if anything happens to him, his firstborn child, which is obviously, is it George?
I don't know. I'm forgetting.
So George. If his firstborn child had been a girl, then they would have had another queen. But George is their firstborn, so that'll go down to George, and then in succession, any children that George has, it'll go down to them.
That's why when they go anywhere, they always fly in separate helicopters. Then they can't have an accident and wipe them all out in one hit.
It were like today. It was showing you that they'd been to place where they held his mum's funeral, but they travelled in separate cars. Charles and one of his bodyguards were in one car, and then shortly followed by Horseface in another car. But that and I says to Chris, I said that's purely for the reason they were a Fruit Loop caught throwing shotgun pellets at Buckingham Palace or something. Somebody. And that that's just by fear of assassination and things like that.
Yeah, they need to put them in a gun, really. They don't work with it. They don't do much. Just loose.
Yeah. That's to Chris says. I says, well, cartridges is no good without a gun.
No. You see it on cartoons where they throw bullets into fires and they go flying everywhere. In reality, that would not happen.
You never know. It might have been Guy Fawkes reincarnated.
You know, they need to be in a barrel to give them trajectory and a bit of force, you know.
He probably thought you were, you know, and go, oops, I've got wrong place. That should have been Westminster, not Buckingham Palace. But yeah, I says to Chris, I says, there's always some Fruit Loop comes out at woodwork on these occasions, isn't there?
No, but there'll be nothing happens there in that way because
it says it's shown you leading him into a paddy wagon with a thing over his head and his hands in handcuffs, and it says something about mental issues, and I went, yeah, they'll just chuck him in a mental asylum, and you know that'll be it. That'll be it last year on him. You know what I mean?
It's like that clown who ran after Queen with starting pistol when she's on an horse. That's all just suddenly sorted him out quick style. Police are useless. You can't rely on police. But there'll be no trouble.
I mean, I heard about it in news about in Serbia. Bloody 12-year-old lad, I think 13-year-old lad went into his school. He got a list, right? Wrote down all people he were going to kill. And that was sort of, I don't know, yesterday or day before. But yeah, he wrote it all down. But, you know, he'd got a list of all people he were going to kill.
Did he kill anybody or not?
Yeah, there were about 7 dead, I think.
Oh, right. I thought you meant to just walk around with a list.
No. Hiya, James, how are you? Yeah, when they just sort of, after they'd arrested him and chucked him, you know, they must have gone to his address and found all these like lists and plans. He'd even wrote plans at school and everything, and he'd done his homework. For a 12, 13-year-old, you know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
They've got to. I don't know. I mean, you can ban guns and everything everywhere, but it'll just go underground and people still have them. I mean, you never win. It'll get worse before it gets a lot better, that's for sure.
But you can't envisage it. I mean, it's like envisaging Callum, you know, going AWOL, you know, in a school running rampant with a gun. You just can't envisage it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Never mind a 12, 13-year-old, you know what I mean? It just don't seem, you know, comprehensible, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know what they'll blame that on is you know, we were going through puberty and it's raging hormones and you know,
they'll connect analogy to it.
Yeah.
That's what we do nowadays. It's not, you're not a criminal, you've got an ology, something that ends in ology.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, if I had anything, it'd be a gynecology. But yeah.
Oh, there's some nutters about. There'll be some nutters about on Saturday.
Yeah. And then they stand there, like today, and they'll say, "We will not tolerate any protests whatsoever. We will take swift action." I thought, yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, I think if it happens, the actual crowd will deal with them.
You know what I mean? And I'm thinking, yeah, you know, have you got crystal ball? Do you know something that we don't? You know what I mean? I do know that somebody, you know, goes off at deep end.
Yeah, I can't see there being much bother. There'll be protesters somewhere shouting and bawling, but
I mean that's already been done. You know, you are not our king.
Yeah, they were doing that the other day.
Hi, Gordo. How are you? Welcome back. But yeah. I mean, it's like when, Same as Richard said, they'll think some ology for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'd just get with me. I'd just have a water cannon and blow them down the street.
Not. There's a thing called crazy ology.
Yeah. They wouldn't put up with him in Germany or out like that. They just water cannon them.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Nuttyology. Is there a thing as nuttyology?
Yeah, probably.
See you later, Lee.
Bye, Lee. I didn't even know
I'm
Lee
by
was here.
Lee. Sorry, I didn't notice Lee were in.
They were here.
You just said night. Oh, they were in, right.
Yeah. I've not been keeping up with the chat.
Tim's got Circle of Death.
Circle of Doom. The Ring of Death. No, is it the Ring of
Yeah.
Doom? Tim.
Oh, you're not slick back tonight, Tim.
Yeah.
Didn't you slick it for your client that you've erected the bunk beds for?
No.
Use the word erected.
No, erected.
You know, we think it's sort of code for you. You know,
Yeah.
you're out on a date or you're having a bit of.
No, I was actually I was actually building bunk beds.
Yeah, is that a good screw?
Well, it beats polishing the fish.
Yeah.
No, not like that. No.
He's been
She's more-
pouring his screws in her hole.
She's more of a
Have
friend.
screw.
I used. No, I have not.
I bet you wish you did.
You know we're only pulling your leg, Tim.
What's polishing? What did you say? I
No.
missed that one.
Polishing the fish.
Yeah.
What's that mean? I've never heard of that.
It's become a running joke on
Going in on it now, Timmy says
someone else's live.
it does sound a bit out of breath.
I think it might be Scrapping Irish, or it's one that Ralph frequents. You're Ralph, the Dutch guy.
Oh yeah. Even Bree's laughing.
He's usually on I think Raphael's or Scrapping Irish.
You know, you see, it's like the same scenario when Richard says he's going to Sainsbury's. That's a word for he's going dogging. Yeah. If he says I'm going to Sainsbury's, it means he's going to park up and see if there's any. Yeah. See if there's an out occurring.
This is why when he does these drive home videos while his live videos are all street lights is always dark.
Yeah, usually is at that time of night.
Gordo says we had pork mushroom with extra bean sprouts. Ooh. But yeah, so you know, Tim's he went to put some bunk beds up. Yeah.
See, Gordo goes to Sainsbury's every day.
So did you get to test them out then, Tim?
Or did you go for all stuff that's reduced? We can afford it from Sainsbury's.
That at our Sainsbury's, if you go at 10:30, the bargains are unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Well, you know what to do, Gaffer. Fly all the way from Australia to Paris and give her a cuddle. But yeah, you know, Richard's got his code words. When he's going to Sainsbury's, he's going dogging. And when Tim's putting some bunk beds up for a friend, yeah.
If I ever pull on Sainsbury's car park and somebody's flashing the red lights, I'll panic now.
I'm going, oh, did that car just flash its headlights?
You have a COVID flash, I think.
Oh, dear. But you should know us lot by now, Richard. We always pull in somebody's leg.
Oh, yeah.
No, Tim's single. Single as a bird. Hey, kinkity-doo, said I personally to you. But no, his wife passed away about 3 years ago, I think, Gary. He was married, but his wife passed. Yeah. You've made his day, kinky dinky doo.
Yes. Everything's right in the world, kinky dinky doos.
Yeah, he's well, you know, zen now. You've said.
I'm all at ease now. I can rest.
Yeah. Biscuit's going, oh my God, I'm going. Where's he going? You can't go upstairs because Callum's in bed.
So, has there been some football on tonight then?
Yeah, Liverpool and Fulham.
Oh,
And West Ham and Man City.
So all final games are now on Monday, aren't they?
Oh, well. Chris says they play Monday afternoon.
Not everybody. The last match.
And he says that's the last game of the season.
On the last day. So it
Yeah.
must be Monday.
Last game. Don't Premier League go a week extra?
Yeah, they're a week after. Or a couple of weeks after.
Hey?
It's either a week or a couple of weeks.
Yeah, Chris has just said either a week or 2 weeks.
On the
Because
last day,
when others start their season, Premier League don't start for a few weeks.
Yeah.
Love it.
Because it would have been Saturday, but because of the coronation and it being a bank holiday, they'd moved them all to Monday.
Oh, well.
Not that it matters to Chris, they've already done it.
Yeah, this is it. Who are you playing Monday?
Some non-district championship club. I forget, Birmingham.
Birmingham.
Playing Huddersfield tomorrow night.
Thought you said they were. I didn't know they were playing tomorrow as well as Monday.
Yeah.
I've just told everybody going live at normal time.
No, 10 o'clock on Thursday.
Well, I thought you meant that you got it wrong, and that they, instead of playing Thursday, they were because you've got a game in hand, haven't you?
Yeah, finally.
Do you need to use my glasses, Joel? Is there?
There, bottom left.
Tim's recovered from building bunk beds.
Yes.
Building his bunk beds. Well, not his, clients' bunk beds. That's why he ain't got his hair slicked back, because she's been pouring her hands through his hair.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Not
Me,
at all.
me.
Not at all.
You know what they say? Me just think he protests too much. We only pull in your leg, Tim. Like we pull like it.
Yeah.
We've upset Rich. Oh, I thought Richard had gone then. I thought he'd gone dogging for a minute. I thought he'd gone on a late night trip to Sainsbury's.
No, it'll be shut now. Shuts at 11.
Yeah, our ass is shuts at 11.
7 till 11.
Still open though.
Still open. I missed that.
Yeah, car park's still open. Just saying.
Yeah.
Oh dear, Gary thought that was funny.
A chap about a month ago smashed the front window of Sainsbury's, made a little hole in it, and just leaned in, and we're drinking cans of Foster's and just sat there all night. Drinking Foster's and then walked off and went home.
Hey up. That brings new meaning to smash and grab.
Yeah.
Oh.
The police never came.
Prepare for burps.
And he sat there all night drinking Foster's through an all.
Well,
I wear as pissed as a fart.
We were. They got him on video.
Gary says you're a way to sell your
right
camera.
on time.
Oh dear. But yeah.
Oh yeah. Just chucked a brick at window.
You know, I'll suffer the consequences afterwards. I mean, Vic Foster's and sod consequences. I'll deal with them tomorrow.
Yeah, couldn't believe it. And police never came, and the alarm went off. rang for a bit, and then it must have reset itself or whatever they do.
Yeah.
And he just sat there, and every time he finished the count, and they come in morning at 7 o'clock, there were a big pile of empties and all in window, and the top crates on the stack were empty.
James says it sounded like a good night.
Unbelievable.
Oh dear.
Because I've had quite a few freebies off them because our factories are back of theirs, and sometimes they get a wagon that delivers. It hasn't got a tail lift, and it's got pallets. So they come round and ask us to whip round a stacker truck and lift the pallet off for them, you see. So we do all right for freebies at Sainsbury's. You know.
Now it all makes sense. You scratch my back and I'll scratch yours.
Yeah, because sometimes hauliers will turn up to them and they can't get the stuff off. So I whip round that truck, whip them down for them, and you know. Don't some have their own forklift on back at wagon?
Yeah, some do. Some
do, but some turn up without one. They turn up without a tail lift. You know what I mean? So
is that thing that goes up and down?
So they come round to our place saying, "Can you just come and lift a pallet down off back at wagon?" You know. We've done it a few times.
I'm getting to know these things. I know it's like an hydraulic thing that comes down, innit?
Yeah.
And we used to, and you whip them off for them, and then you know you get a freebie out of it.
The thing is, Kinky Dinky, I made a mistake earlier on. Sheffield are playing tomorrow as well as Sheffield United.
Thank you. Very right.
Just say the blue
signal, did you? Because I did it out of shot. It involved them two fingers.
So
use all the fingers.
So yeah, it'll be 10 o'clock, not 9 o'clock. Yeah, you know, I only ever use them three fingers. There you go.
I remember what Kevin said. If you can't hear it,
Yes, I've frozen.
turn it up. Turn it up.
But there you go. But I forgot what I was saying now. I don't know. What were I saying? Tell me what I was saying.
You're on about. We were talking about wagons.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, but you think in this day and age that all wagons would have them tail lifts on, wouldn't you?
I miss that. It says they're giving us a way to sell a camera.
Yeah.
You're on about selling it to a man. Or is
Not racist to go, Richard.
or is he selling a camera?
When we were on about, you know,
Yeah.
Sainsbury's.
Yeah, well, that was Sainsbury's car park and all that little meeting.
Oh, what the meeting with what was Michelle?
Yeah.
Rachel.
James says something along the lines of up yours. Oh dear. But yeah, I tried to do hand signals off camera. Yeah. But anyway, you get the drift.
Raquel. No, that's a
Raquel.
woman.
Oh, that episode where he can't pronounce his R. Gwing Wassavoom. I mean, I know you're mocking afflicted, but yeah, it was so funny.
Have you ever seen The Life of Brian?
Yeah.
The character Pontius Pilate, he has that same speech impediment. I shall release Roger.
Release Roger.
Release
I'm Roger.
I'm Brian, so's my wife.
Oh dear. But anyway, we shouldn't mock the impaired.
Yeah, like a failing.
Gary says, "Who's Raquel?"
Oh my God.
Who's Rachel?
Rachel. Rachel, who we sold the camera to.
Oh, the camera buyer.
Yeah.
Let me lick the bowl. You're a bit late in day for that one.
I'm just looking now on, you remember paranoid now, I'm actually looking at Sainsbury's car park, not car park, but the road. I can get the cameras up from work, I can get them up on here and I can just see the
For
road.
future reference.
I wonder if I can put it as my background while I talk to you. Don't think I can.
Purely for reference and research purposes.
Well,
Yeah. 10 p.m. now. Yeah.
Just one
I
car
got wrong
there.
end of stick earlier on.
Okay.
We have a patch of grass at the end and we put a sign up saying, stop letting your dog shit on our grass.
Keep
And
up
they
to
nicked the
date.
fucking sign.
The what?
They nicked the sign.
Oh dear. Yeah, 10 p.m. Joel. It'll be like 11 your time.
Oh, it'll be late for Joelle. It'll be past
11.
midnight.
No, they're only an hour in front of us.
Yeah, it's in Paris. Somewhere
Yeah,
in Paris.
France is only 1 hour in front of us.
Yeah.
I've never been to Paris.
Neither have I.
I
I don't remember.
I've been to a place
Neither
called
have I.
Grenoble, and it's very, it's a very like skiing
I don't
orientated.
remember.
Oh, a bit further south.
Yeah, Joel says, yeah, they're an hour in front.
That's when they bump into everybody's car, isn't they? When they actually deliberately make contact with the car to park, isn't it?
Yeah, that's called French parking. Yeah, yeah,
They actually shunt their way into gaps and stuff.
yeah.
I saw Richard Hammond doing a rather rough version of it on Top Gear, the Grand Tour, one of them.
No, gone to a ménage à trois.
And he went bang, 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 bang about
Yeah,
10
it didn't ever me gun. Not me gun, a scenic. Trust the scenic.
How can they
I've yet to
shunt
finish
it if
watching
everybody's got the handbrake on?
No, they do. They nudge their way into gaps. They actually
Yeah,
do.
just nudge
do
them,
that.
yeah. It's the norm, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, they never knew that.
Her wife's dad went
Well-
and they were sat in a cafe and he kept seeing his bonnet rock. And he thought, what the hell's going on here? And he was in a hire car. And people parking up, they right driving and bang into it.
What was that noise?
I don't know, it's something that Tim's doing, I think. It's not me. I'm watching dogging. There is no dogging.
It's planning his next bunk bed erection.
Yeah.
It's got his thinking face on.
Mais oui, Joel.
I noticed partners for soon on to. She says, "Speak French, and I will die for you." There you go.
J'ai un Renault Espace. Not mine. But I've been asked to work on it.
Speak French, Tim.
Espace is French
No,
for
I don't.
space.
I don't speak French. No.
They're struggling with English.
Hey, voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? Say that. And Gary's there and all. He's put hola.
Yeah.
Oh,
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? Do you know what it
No.
means?
You've lost me.
Je t'adore.
No.
Voulez-vous is will you?
Shame me dolly.
Coucher avec moi. Will you sleep with me ce soir tonight?
Yes.
Yeah, Joel's even put it in
Oh,
You don't need to know all that French stuff when you
yeah.
go to car park. You just pass your
Yeah.
ID and you've done it.
That's only phrase you've got to remember, Tim. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir?
there you go. Got something French.
But yeah, that's only.
It's now a three wheeler.
But yeah, that's the only phrase you'll ever need, Tim.
Yeah, we know what it means, Joel. You don't...
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, watch out! Drunks coming out at pub.
You've shared your screen. This is Richard's live CCTV.
How do you do that, Joel?
How do I get this off? I didn't mean to do that. How do I knock it off?
I can remove it, Richard.
I've done it.
Ah, there you go.
I was trying to get
you know, bro, speaking French now.
I was trying to get show you Sainsbury's car park, but I couldn't press the Zoom button and that screen thing at the same time.
So watching local pissheads. Got a camera on pub.
It's it's quite entertaining that on a Friday
It'll
night.
be handy if somebody kicks off. You got some video
Brilliant.
evidence.
Brilliant. It is.
Gary says Charles de Gaulle.
That's an airport, I think.
Yeah, it was a former French president, Charles de Gaulle.
Did he not have a brother called Asterix?
Oh, dear. You're going to have to learn French, Gaffer. Yeah. But yeah. And I know what merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup.
That sounds like a pigeon fancy's name.
Or ice in bucket.
I used to love that series.
Keeping up appearances.
Oh, I used to love that.
Yeah.
Mr. Bouquet.
So funny.
The Bouquet residence, lady of the house speaking.
She's
Still alive.
She
There you go.
off canal and that dredger drops its slop all over them.
The only reason why she referred to herself as Mrs. Bouquet is because it was spelt bucket.
Yeah.
I used to love it.
Mm-hmm.
And then third fella goes on a run around in shops with a machine gun dressed as a spaceman.
When that a brother in with vest on, a bit like Ramsey, bit with blonde hair. What's his name? It would have been man in Coronation Street.
Onslow. It was called Onslow.
Oh God, what's his name? Jeffrey Hughes.
Ah, that's the one.
Eddie Yates in Coronation Street.
Eddie Yates in Coronation Street, yeah.
Yeah.
Who is it? Twiggy in Royal Family. Twiggy.
Those asked Joel a question, but I don't know what it means. Est-ce que tu avales? And she says, oui, j'avales go down. So it means yes. I don't know what it is.
Are you something?
No.
No idea. I did do French, but I didn't take a deal of notice. Well, now we know. He helped her if she swallowed.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Is that what she
I
said?
swallow Gordon for the translation. It always ends up getting salty, doesn't it?
Too much information.
It's a swallow. Bloody hell.
Well, you know what she's all Gordo's referring to, don't you? You spit or swallow.
Yeah.
The look of confusion on Richard's face.
No, I was just trying to get back with chat there and see what was going on.
I just have suspicion it was something like that.
Gary he said, "Do you
Well,
gargle
you know what I
first?"
mean?
I think you're better off gargling afterwards, I'd have thought, if you're swallowing.
Oh dear.
And I was also thinking of a number between 68 and 70.
You know, it all depends what you're gargling with.
Yeah.
You can gargle and then spit.
I think I will need to ditch the pigeon.
Oh dear. Right, I'm going to get going, guys, because it's 11:30, and with all this laughing, I can feel me, you know, my bladder working overtime.
That's where the expression "piss yourself laughing" comes from.
Yeah, I know. Well, I can always tell because my ribs and my stomach always ache, and it's. If you can do that all night, YKB, it is good for me. Ooh, what's that? Je peux faire ça toute la nuit. Avez-vous? And if you've got the energy, I know that last bit.
Something all night. Have you the energy?
If you can do that all night, you know, bro, it is good for me. But we'll leave that one for another night. So on that note, don't forget, Chris is going live at 10 p.m. tomorrow. Yeah, after the football. So I'll see you all on Christmas, where I'll be taking the back seat, of course. So I'll see you all tomorrow night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.